pixels when creating custom art for Ultima Online free shards. Over the years, I've created tons of custom art and downloaded other people's custom art, and if you've ever done this, you may have experienced images when you install them into the game having holes in them or partially missing. This is due to the way Ultima deals with colors. The main problem is blacks and whites. Well, that's the only problem, but there's certain values that you can't go over or under. With black, this is the formula I have, is in the RGB value. You see here in your color wheel, all art programs usually have this. Adobe Photoshop, GIMP. I use an outdated version of PaintShop Pro for all my art. When it comes to art programs, more power isn't necessarily better when it comes to Ultima art. But anyway, the lowest value, the darkest black you can have in the RGB value is 008, and this is in the blue range. You can also have in the green range 080, and in the red range 800. These colors will register, but if you were to lower that to say 700 or any of the others below 8, it would register as transparent. Now with the white, true white, you see here 255, 255, 255. What you do is you just subtract 8, which is 247, and that's the brightest white you can have. You can have anything below that and it'll still register in game. But the reason this is important is, say you were to want to create a new star texture. I just grabbed one off the internet, a new star floor tile, and you were to just say utilize a texture you found. And you were to install this image into game. I made a star tile here. As you can see, if I use my eyedropper and select the black colors here, some of these are too low, such as here, there. After you've done it for a while, you can pick them, clearly see blacks, and that would register right there. But in order to prevent this, it's usually best to create your own. Like creating a star texture wouldn't be that difficult. What you would do is, I have a swatch for the darkest color here, which I call void black. If you've ever seen the black area around the dungeons, that's what color this is. That's why I call it void black. So what I would do is I would just create my own here. Show you real quickly how I'd go about that. And using the whitest white at 247, I'd paint my stars. Just real quick, you can make some stars larger than others. Create 4 or 5 different tiles to give it variation so they're not all identical. This will keep you from having repeating textures. But anyway, this would show up in game. It's basically the same thing. And I've created these register tools to display in game for teaching purposes what will show and what will not. You can see here on this white register. You can download these at runuo.com in the custom art section. You see the number here I placed next to the actual color with the same number. If I use my eyedropper, you can see here it's 254, 253, etc. in the RGB values. And I placed it in game next to a red wall off the map somewhere to show you that how they disappear. You see here 247. This is how I determined these values. Here's blacks to show you how I created this block to show you how they appear in game. By themselves, the black colors, like if I zoom out here, actual size, you can't really distinguish with the human eye the differences. The closer you get, though, you can see that these are actually different colors. They're just extremely dark. You have here the green, the red, the blue. What I did is I just changed the combinations and made a palette so I could have plenty of dark colors to choose from when I'm painting. You could use this as your swatch or create your own swatch files in Adobe Photoshop or Paint Shop custom colors. These are colors I use a lot. I don't have a whole lot here. I usually just do everything on the fly. But as you zoom out, you can see how dark they are. But you'll notice in Ultima there's a lot of images. I've already extracted one that have holes in them. You can show you here in Fiddler. It's easier to see because it has white background. But right here is the image I've extracted. You can see in the preview window here the holes. Things that'll create holes are filters and messing with colors such as brightness and contrast, gamma correction, distortion such as blur. These can all push your black and white ranges too high or too low, distorting the image. Resizing can distort color, and then you'll have the creation of these holes. So it's a good practice to create your own art. A lot of people, if you're a photo manipulator, a lot of people utilize existing textures. That's what I was showing you with the stars. But you see here we have holes. A trick you can do to fix this is you can use your eyedropper and select a color that's immediately next to it. That's a good color. Let's see, 800, and then you can paint in right beside it, and then you would just repeat that process. Even faster trick though is to use a rectangular selection tool. Control C. I'm copying the selection, or you'd see it in your edit options, and then I'm pasting it over the area I know that's damaged. And I'm doing large chunks at a time, saving my wrist here from getting carpal tunnel. And there you have it. This image would now be fixed. Another trick you can do is if you have a screen capture utility, which mine's built into Photoshop, Paint Shop, you can just, up here in the preview window, you can capture that, which my capture tool won't work while my video recordings go, but then you would have an image like this, and you would repair your holes, crop it down to just the image, and then you would select your background. Then you would invert and copy your repaired image, and then you would paste that over directly over the original image. And then once you had done that, you would be ready to install it, and that would fix any holes you had. But the important thing to remember about color is your blacks and your whites. This is the formula here. That's as high as you can go, and that's as low as you can go, and that'll prevent you from having holes. And I hope this has been informative and helps you with your art, and good luck.